Hello, everyone, and welcome to this latest edition of Spotlight. I am here with four fabulous young ladies to talk about a new group in our parish. It's called the Daughters of Saint Therese, and this group is forming from the girls who've been serving at Mass. This is the new way in which they'll be serving. And before we get into the details of this, the reason why we're making this development in our server program. First of all, we want to thank Janice Donahue. She has run a fabulous program for many years, and she just retired this past June from the server program, and so it was a time to discernment and thought about what to do next and how to develop it to the next stage. Talking with some of the moms and other parents of the servers, and really bringing forward, emphasizing what altar serving is all about, which is vocational discernment. The reason why we have our children serving the altar is so that they can find their vocation. So Jesus calls boys and girls to their vocations in different ways, because girls are called to be a wife and a mother, whether that's biological or spiritual, and calling boys to be husbands and fathers, biological or spiritual. And that happens for boys in the priesthood and religious life and marriage, and girls in religious life and marriage. And that calling for the girls is that those called to religious life are to be the brides of Christ himself, and to live that consecration out in the church. And so we wanted to create the spheres in which the boys and girls can enhance their vocational discernment. And so to do that, you've noticed that the boys and girls have been differentiated a little bit in what they do at Mass. The girls focusing a lot on the preparation for Mass because of that detail-oriented way in which you bring to the liturgy and the care that you bring. And so what we're going to do now with this new group is that we're going to give the girls their own group to serve at the liturgy and to discern their vocations. And the boys will have their group, the altar boys. But the girls group, we've decided on the name Daughters of Saint Therese, because Saint Therese was a sacristan, and she loved the liturgy and loved the priesthood and loved setting up for Mass and doing those things. And so the girls are going to have their own distinctive outfit that they're going to wear at Mass, and to help. And so what I want to do now is just to introduce to you some of the girls here. These are representative of the many girls that serve in there. And so I'm going to give the microphone over to you, Penelope, and you can just introduce yourself and what grade you're in and why you serve.
My name is Penny, and I'm in seventh grade, and I serve because it brings me closer to God, I and it helps me pay attention more to the Mass instead of like everybody else in the church.
Hi, my name is Sophie, and I am in sixth grade. And what I like about serving is it helps me pay attention more to the Mass when I'm not in a pew with my family. And I also like serving like St. Therese did, um, and just being up on the altar just makes me happy.
My name is Lily. I'm also in seventh grade, and I serve because I want to be a good example to all the other kids in the congregation to show them that they can be close to God too, and it doesn't have to be just from the pew.
Hi, I'm Lee. I'm in third grade, and I like being up to the altar because it makes me feel like I'm closer to Jesus, and I get to help with everything, and it makes me really happy that I'm really close to Him.
All right, well, thank you. Those are some fantastic reasons. And tell me, how long have you been serving? How about you?
I've been serving for a year and a half.
All right, and how about you, Lily?
I've been serving for about 2 years and a half.
All right. And you, Sophie?
Just a year and a half like Lee.
I've been serving for about 2 years now.
So we decided that on this group for the girls to give them their own again, sphere of vocational discernment, sphere of duties, having their own distinctive outfit that they're going to wear at Mass. And then, but there's other things too, because we know vocational discernment isn't just at Mass, but there's this group is envisioned that it'll be a place of formation, that you guys will have retreats, that you'll go to visit sisters' houses to see what that life is all about, to have fun together and whatnot. So, maybe to ask you, like, what are you looking forward to for the Daughters of Saint Therese?
I think what makes me excited is that I get to serve, not just like on the altar, but down below, like where Saint Therese was, and it just makes me feel more like she was, in a way.
All right, thank you.
I know a lot of people are super shy, and you're not up on the altar in front of like hundreds of people sometimes, and so you're down in the pews, and it's not as like nerve-wracking. So like if you mess up, nobody will like notice.
Thank you. Thank you. What about you, Lily?
So I'm excited to be able to go on the retreats with my family, and also to be able to hopefully meet new people to also join the Daughters of St. Therese.
All right, thank you.
Like Lily, I'm really excited to go to the convent and meet more sisters.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I think what you bring up, Lee, is an important point, because sometimes growing up as a girl, you don't get to see what religious life is like, because we don't have like lots of sisters at this parish, right? But they're around, and so we'll go visit them, and you can kind of see what their life is like. Get to hear from them. We'll bring them to Christ the King as well, to talk to all of you and the other girls. Bless you. So the Daughters of Saint Therese we are going to kick off this group October 1st, which is the feast of
St. Therese!
Yeah, that's right. The feast of Saint Therese. I thought it was a great time to start. And you're going to see the Daughters of Saint Therese dressed differently, and they'll be basically keeping the same duties that they have, a few tweaks here and there. One thing that you're going to notice at Mass is that we are bringing back the presentation of the gifts. And so the Daughters of Saint Therese at the Mass will bring forward the bread and wine, the ciborium and the cruet, to bring for the Eucharistic sacrifice. That'll be part of their duties now. So you'll see that back at Mass. And then they'll also be charged with helping making sure that in case a host drops, which we haven't had for a long time, thank goodness, that they're ready to take care of that. So if you are a girl who has received her first Holy Communion and who's a parishioner here at Christ the King and practices the faith, you are welcome to join this group. And we're going to have a training coming up. There's information in the bulletin. And again, this is not just serving Mass. It is about a whole group, a whole formation to discover your vocation. And so I envision the Daughters of St. Therese being from First Holy Communion until they graduate high school. And as they get older in the group, they're going to also have responsibilities for training the younger ones in the ways of the Daughters of St. Therese. So this is an invitation to those girls. And let's all pray for the fruitfulness of this group. And we look forward to seeing you all as official Daughters of St. Therese. So thank you for watching.